Muchachos y muchachas. Imagine an online group that manipulates children into harmful acts, all under the guise of friendship. This is the chilling reality of 764, a network exploiting the digital world to target the most vulnerable. 764 is a decentralized online network operating across platforms like Discord, Roblox, and Minecraft. Their tactics involve befriending young users and gradually coercing them into harmful behaviors. Members initiate contact by pretending to be friendly gamers. Over time, they introduce tasks that escalate from seemingly innocent challenges to dangerous acts, including self-harm and sharing explicit content. As a reminder, many of the users that they were communicating with were minors, children. 764 exploits psychological vulnerabilities using manipulation techniques similar to those found in abusive relationships. Victims often feel isolated and dependent on the group for validation. The impact of 764 extends beyond the digital realm. In 2025, Bradley Cadenhead, the group's founder, was sentenced to 80 years in prison for creating a Discord server used to distribute abusive material and manipulate victims. Leonidas Varagianis and Prayson Nepal, alleged leaders of a subgroup called 764 Inferno, were arrested for directing the production and distribution of exploitative content and coercing minors into self-harm.
Now from the I-Team, a North Carolina man arrested and charged for allegedly operating a global child exploitation ring. Prayson Nepal was arrested last week and appeared in federal court yesterday. Authorities say he is one of the leaders of the violent extremist network known as 764. According to a federal affidavit and criminal complaint unsealed today in D.C., 764 is a violent online network that seeks to destroy civilized society through the corruption and exploitation of vulnerable populations, including minors. The I-Team in court yesterday, where federal prosecutors revealed that Nepal not only admitted creating 764 to federal agents, but he allegedly claimed he is still controlling the network. Nepal's attorney has not responded for a request to comment. Our troubleshooter, Diane Wilson, will have more on this case. The I-Team is investigating with our partners at ABC News, coming up today on Eyewitness News at 5.
In California, Jose Henry Ayala Casimiro was charged with possessing CSAM and forcing minors to engage in degrading acts. A Wisconsin teen influenced by 764 was charged with the murder of his parents and had plans to assassinate a public figure, highlighting the group's potential to incite real-world violence.
Now to a new twist in a Wisconsin teen's alleged plan to overthrow the federal government and assassinate President Trump. The 17-year-old is charged with murder in the deaths of his stepmother, his mother, and stepfather. So let's bring in ABC's Melissa Adon. And Melissa, you're learning the FBI now believes there may be others who were aware of this alleged plot.
Mary, yes, these new federal documents are showing that the government is considering possible conspiracy charges. This against 17-year-old Nikita Kasab and also the others who they say had some knowledge about the alleged extremist plot. The FBI says the Wisconsin teen allegedly murdered his parents and was motivated by white supremacy with extremist neo-Nazi views in order to obtain the financial means and autonomy necessary to kill President Trump and overthrow the government. Well, federal affidavits say that Kasab was in contact with others who appear to have been aware of his plan and actions and also provided assistance. This including a couple of people overseas, as well as another person who Kasab allegedly told that he was going to go on a spree of violence. Mary.
A bizarre and troubling story. Melissa, thank you.
I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, Prager University's Health and Wellness 101. Confused with all of the conflicting health advice out there? You're not alone. With so much disinformation about diet, fitness, wellness, it's hard to know what's true. PragerU's Health and Wellness 101 cuts through the noise. They give you the tools to make smarter choices and to take control of your health. Click the link in my description below for their top-rated videos on their health advice. 764's influence is not confined to just one region. In the UK, a member named Cameron Finnegan was jailed for possessing a terrorism manual and encouraging self-harm, hitting the delete button on oneself.
Police in the UK arrested Acid, whose real name is Cameron Finnegan, last March. The 19-year-old was sentenced to 9 years in prison for encouraging a victim to live stream her own suicide. In this police interview, Finnegan showed no remorse.
In Brazil, authorities arrested a group planning an attack at an open public event with intentions of performing a ritualistic act. The group's ideology is rooted in extremist beliefs, drawing inspiration from neo-Nazi and satanic cults, aiming to destabilize society by exploiting vulnerable youth. And if you're thinking what I'm thinking after hearing all of this so far, yeah, I believe that this is an infiltrated psyop to disrupt the youth and to hopefully promote harm. Props and kudos to a user named BX on X. She is an X account formerly known as Twitter, and she is being accredited as one of the main researchers, main contributors to, the FBI's investigation.
This group is also a terror threat. They try to goad children into committing acts of terrorism, school shootings, things of that nature.
Becca Spinks is a self-defense advocate, competition sharpshooter, and private investigator who has been researching 764 for years, fielding calls for help from victims and their families, and providing information to law enforcement.
Taking down the leaders was a really good first move, but it's far from over. We still have a long way to go to make sure that we're controlling this and make sure that nobody else steps up to the plate to lead the group now.
And she put together a multi-series on X. I would encourage you to go watch it. I'm going to put the link in my description below, because the origins and the lore of her investigation, the people that were included, I mean, it gets really, really creepy. And I will just say that if you're interested in diving in on that rabbit hole, I'm going to include the link in my description. So this actually got so intense and serious that the FBI had to launch an extensive investigation into 764. That's over 250 cases across 55 field offices in the U.S. Authorities are collaborating internationally to dismantle the global network at this point and bring perpetrators to justice.
The FBI tells ABC News in an exclusive interview that it has more than 250 open investigations tied to the 764 network, reaching all 55 field offices across the nation. Nearly a dozen others have already been charged, including a young Arkansas man seen here being arrested on unrelated charges.
Man, this guy's got some weird stuff in his car, bro.
But now pleading guilty to plotting to murder a 14-year-old girl in a separate case when she stopped complying with his demands. Back in Connecticut, the parent.
I want to talk about another investigation that your FBI has opened up into the 764, these predators online. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up. That's so important, Lawrence. This is where, if I said from instant message to instant nightmare, parents need to monitor what your kids are doing on the internet. Your kids have no right to privacy on the internet. These monsters, we just arrested 2. They were Americans, but they were hiding out in Greece. They're going after our kids on social media platforms, on gaming sites, on any way they're on the internet. They're targeting our children. And what they're doing is they're infiltrating our society. It's the darkest of the dark. They're getting children to self-mutilate. They're getting children to abuse animals and then, in turn, abuse others. It's a horrific thing, and there are countless victims throughout this country. You're going to hear at 10:45 today, Director Patel and I are making an announcement about a separate child exploitation ring, completely separate from this. But yeah, 764, our FBI, they've been on it. They've been arresting these guys. They've been monitoring it. It's the darkest of the dark. But children are getting recruited on the internet from being on games, social media, any kind of social media platform. Parents, you've got to monitor what your kids are doing, because they think they're talking to other children, and they're not. They're talking to monsters often.
Parents and guardians play a crucial role in safeguarding children. Open communication about online activities, awareness of behavioral changes, and educating youth about digital dangers are vital steps. The digital world offers incredible opportunities, but it also harbors hidden threats. By staying informed and vigilant, we can protect our communities and ensure a safer environment for everyone. So, yeah, let me know what you think about this global satanic cult that targets children. I mean, these are the things of conspiracy theories made into reality. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Is there anything related to 764 that you want me to cover, such as Order of the Nine Angles? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I will catch you in the next video.